What is up? As promised, I lost my bet to Kurt last week, so I am blinged out holiday style. We're lighting it up over here in Sacramento. We're hoping to light up these NFL picks this week. So, Kurt, you got the better of us. The Browns got the win. So I heard you doing your victory lap yesterday. And I also heard you're not a big fan of the deadlift, huh? I jumped in the chat yesterday while you guys were doing your show.
Yeah.
No more deadlifting for you, huh?
No, there's so many other more safe, like just as good alternative ways to build that muscle that's not risking like just absolute back pain for someone that is like over the age of 25. So yeah, if you do deadlifts,
well, I'm gonna count on you when we meet up in Kentucky.
I just think you're overcompensating if you're doing heavy deadlifts at this age. You're just overcompensating. I'm sorry, but there's other lists, bro. Like your dick's small. Like, I have a small dick, but I don't do deadlifts. Like,
all right. Well, Zach Wilson, wasn't having any big dick energy last night there out on the field. That had to be the final straw for this team, right? It's New York. It feels like the fans have turned against him. And another terrible performance for our guy. I was happy to see my CFL legend, Chris Streveler, out there.
Oh, my God. How bad. He's a preseason hero, too.
Yeah. What were your takeaways from last night? Trevor Lawrence actually moved in the top 5 for EPA after last night's performance.
Oh, so first of all, I don't know if anyone out there ran my core. It was Evan Ingram captain. I don't think anyone else had that. And I had ran it back with Tyler Conklin and Trevor Lawrence. I'm telling you had a pretty good night if you just didn't miss too much on those other 3 picks. So I had a profitable night. Didn't have the optimal, but was damn close. But man, is Wilson just not. It's just not good for him to be pulled like that. Man, your confidence just gets shot. And I mean, it is warranted, but like, I don't know. I think they maybe should give Mike, once Mike White's healthy, maybe let him finish out the year, see what you got in him. I know they've done that, feels like 1 or 2 times already, but yeah, I feel bad, man. The Jets could have easily landed Lawrence if they just tanked hard at the end of last year or the end of 2 years, whatever the hell it was. But yeah, the people they're stuck with feel bad because they are kind of built to win. Like everywhere else, they got the piece, they got the receivers, they got the playmakers, they got the defense. It's just the quarterback spot holding them back. Got to feel bad for the New York fans.
Yeah, you definitely do, because that's a long-suffering fan base, and they're pretty loyal towards that team. So really frustrating there. And, boy, it's not a place you want to suck, right? I mean,
yeah, no, not at all.
City, you suck in Minnesota, right? I mean, you can still go grocery shopping. I can't even imagine what that guy's life is like. So hopefully the Jets just do the right thing and get him out of town there, admit their losses, and move on. So let's jump into tomorrow's slate, though. Pretty exciting games, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on them. It's been a busy week, man. I've been helping out at UPS too, and this has been a huge week for us. So I ran the projections, but I haven't really done a deep dive onto these games, so I can't wait to hear some of your thoughts. Let's start with the New York Giants, who are +4 in Minnesota, taking on the Vikings. Kurt, this line seems about right, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, the Vikings got the win last week. They didn't cover. Their statistics are absolutely terrible. And the Giants, they were lucky to get that win over the Commanders. Some real questionable officiating. Now, I was happy because we gave out the Giants +4 as our best bet there. So we were happy, and we probably would have got it anyways. I guess the Commanders could have got a touchdown in overtime. But that was just another example of egregious officiating in the NFL. But they kind of got us, right? I mean, the NFL, they're like a drug dealer. Like, even if they give like the crackheads bad crack, like, we're still coming back.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what they're selling because we're still buying it. And it's really too bad because I thought, as nice as it was to cash that ticket, the officiating marred that game in the Giants win. What do you expect when the comeback kids take on the lucky Giants?
Another one of those 4-point spreads like we've always talked about. I will say this, though. One way to attack this Vikings team is through the air, man. And Giants don't have any receivers. Like, we've been saying it for weeks. At home in that comfy little 1 o'clock time slot. I know I don't like taking this 4-point spread because they're murky, but like I don't see it. So I think the Vikings continue to roll here. I think they kind of got a shock of life back with that comeback. I kind of think that kind of woke their ass up to like it's any given Sunday. A lot of the guys know it, but sometimes you just need to be reminded to get smacked in the face. Back at home, 1 o'clock time slot. Give me the Vikings cover here.
All right. You like the Vikings to cover. I'll tell you what, I do too, but I'm pretty scarred. I laid the 3.5, and of course, That came up short last Saturday. And you guys and these advanced analytics have been telling me the Vikings have been bad all along. And I felt like it came back to bite me with me being kind of stubborn 2 weeks in a row because I also thought they would do well against the Lions. Maybe I just overrate Justin Jefferson too much, right? Because I just figure like he's the guy's the best player on the field, like every single game. I mean, he's top 5 player in the NFL right now. So I always just assume that he's going to come through. Maybe also the win over the Bills where he was just amazing was a tough one for me. But you like the Vikings there, -4. Total 48.5. I ran title score last Saturday. So even though they didn't cover the spread, I cashed in DFS with the Vikings stack. Do we go back to the Vikings stack against the Giants defense?
I mean, I don't love the spot here. I kind of lean the under a little bit, but you can never go wrong. Like with the offense is so high powered. Like, I mean, when you have Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Hawk Daddy there, it's just always smart to kind of get a little taste, but I'm not going to be prioritizing it in like 1 to 3 lineups.
All right. Not prioritizing a Viking stack.
But I will say, man, the Giants have been absolutely getting torched in the secondary these past 5 weeks, like very, very bad. So we'll see how it shakes out. I might be changing my mind on that. I want to look into more of how bad it's really been for the secondary, but man, it's been bad on paper.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. What other thoughts? Do you have any props for this game? I mean, I'm loving Justin Jefferson. Do you think he's got a good spot against the secondary?
I'm not even seeing his prop posted. Wait, oh yeah, 90.5. Yeah, I could get down with that. I could get down with 9.5 over on 9.5 and a tutter, just for how bad they've been playing.
All right, that's what we got there. Let's move on. I actually like this game a lot. I'm much more comfortable laying points in this spot. The Cleveland Browns -3 at home. Yeah, I know I went against them last week, but this is the Saints on the road. The Saints are absolutely terrible on the road, and so. I mean, they're outside. This is a dome team. They play down south. They got to go up to Cleveland. I've been just reading in my DM chats, like on Twitter, like everybody is telling me how cold it is. Like I feel like an absolute just pansy because
it's crazy.
I'm freezing when it's like 40 degrees. But you know what? I live in California, so I don't really have like a lot of thick clothes. Like all my sweatpants and shorts, they're like the thinner material there. So I'll give myself a little credit there. Kurt, this total is 32.5.
I just looked at it. I chuckled a little bit. I saw it. I was like, "Oh, mama, 32." I mean, I don't know what the weather's going to be like in Cleveland. There, I mean, I imagine it's still going to be freezing cold. But as far as like wind, snow, probably has to be picked up. I mean, these teams are not high-powered offenses, but you got to think of weather is in play there for a 32 over/under. It was -18 wind chill when I walked out today, so. Cleveland's a lot colder than where I am.
Wait. What?
It felt like -18. It was 0 degrees and felt like -18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's rough out here.
Good thing you have a couple old reliables to keep you warm. Tom Brady hasn't gone up there to steal those ones yet, right?
Not yet.
So are you with me here? Like, I don't care about the total. Let me just take the Browns -3. I don't see how the Saints are going to score.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to beat a dead horse here, but I've been saying it for weeks. Like, just give Deshaun more and more time to work with these receivers. I even saw a little bit last week where the timing just wasn't right yet, but it is getting there. I still don't think they're going to be like a high-powered offense this year, but it's getting there. So I'm cool with that. Get that dome team out of the dome, get them on the road, get a team that I think is improving, getting a really dynamic quarterback back. I will go the favorite again. I feel like I don't usually love these favorites too much, but 2 for 2.
Let's jump in, Kurt. I think this is a good discussion. I think that taking favorites later in the season makes more sense.
I do agree because, I mean, there's a reason why the line is what it is. You have so much data on these teams that, like, I think I would agree with that. So,
and a lot of these teams aren't constructed poorly. It's injuries, right?
Exactly.
I mean, let's look at the Saints. They haven't had a good line all year. They lost the quarterback they went through their training camp with. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, I know that we love to take points in the NFL, but there's a reason these teams have had bad seasons. It's not necessarily all the front office or the coaching. There's just the randomness of the NFL where these are huge men hitting each other. And you talked about it before, the guys checking out, right? If you know you don't have another year on your deal, you need that good tape because you're going to be a free agent.
Exactly.
So you might
it makes
not
me
be
feel
as
better
worried
now.
about your assignment. You're trying to get those tackles and trying to get those statistics. So I wouldn't be too worried about taking the favorites. We'll just do each game as its own. And if that's the way it works out, that's the way that it works out. Because here's another one where I think it's really hard to take the dog. Well, first of all, because of there's no DFS interest in that game at all, right? Complete fade. I mean, that's just getting too cute, right? If you're trying to get different there.
Yeah, that's a little, man. Browns have not been good against the run, but I just don't think it's a great game script. And like, they just have not been wanting to feed Kamara. So
and they haven't been using them the way they used to. Like, they're not using them on sweeps. They're not using them on pitches. They're not.
What I heard is
in the passing game
that there's like 1 or 2 games where he was heavily involved in the passing game. I heard a little rumor that week Sean Payton was at a lot of the practices and kind of in Dennis Allen's ear a little bit. Don't know if there's much truth to that, but I do know he was around the team at that time because I know he's doing some of the TV stuff, but at that time he was around the team a lot. And it just so happened all of a sudden Alvin Kamara's usage spiked. I don't know if he was kind of giving some of the play designs, helping with that, but the rumor I heard, and ever since then it's been back to dog ass. So,
hey, we know he's not around the team right now because it seems like he's on Fox every other segment right now. And he's good on TV too. I like listening to him talk.
Yeah.
So, if he doesn't decide to go back to coaching and stays on TV, that would be great with me because if he does come back, he's going to go to the Chargers and kick the Raiders' ass every week, and I'm not excited about that. Can you imagine?
I will give one. Total's bad. I haven't looked at the one-on-one matchups yet. That usually comes on Saturday morning for me. But Cooper, 32.5 receiving yards. Like I said, another week working with Watson. 32.5 can happen in 33 can happen in one play, guys. One fucking play for Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
I mean, give me that.
He's at home though. Exactly. Uncle T always puts that in there, right?
That's true.
Terrible on the road. So, Tyler, I'm blinged out today. How you feeling?
Santa.
I really hope that your neighbors don't call the cops on us for you taking their lights. We got to return.
He's like, shit, I got to get something.
Yeah. For those who are just tuning in, I lost the bet to Kurt last week. We took the Baltimore Ravens. I said I would show up blinged out on this show if we lost. And Kurt took the Cleveland Browns. Tyler, we've done the Vikings and the Giants. Just real quick, your thoughts on that one. Kurt leaned the Vikings there. I didn't love getting involved with them again, but that's PTSD because I laid 3.5 with them last week and I bet them against Detroit. What are your thoughts on the Vikings and the Giants?
Yeah, I'm on the Giants here. I think this is where they get the win. They're going to be able to run the ball very well with Barkley. That prop at 70.5, I think, is a bit low. Mm-hmm. Every quarterback's thrown on this defense. Daniel Jones, even with these scrub wide receivers, should be able to move the ball.
Vic?
Yeah. So I could see them moving the ball pretty well. Their defense is great. Thibodeau's going to be all over Cousins. Give me the Giants to win that game outright after the Vikings won that miraculous game last week. They're going to come out flat. The Giants will take control of it, and I think they win.
See, I thought I give a point on the other thing. Like, that kind of wakes you the fuck up. But
when they're all storming the field at the end of the game,
I could see both points for real. I can see your point.
I think they come out flat. I think it's similar because didn't Jacksonville do this earlier in the year? They won a nice comeback game. Yeah.
That was against Baltimore, wasn't it?
2-point conversion. They all celebrated.
That was like a last second drive, though. And that's beating Baltimore. That's a big win. When you make a comeback against the fucking Colts, I mean, making that comeback against the Ravens is a big deal, huh? Yeah, you're right. I mean, it was legit history. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's my thing on there. I could see them just flat out just laying a dud right here. And even if they lost this game by 40, they still have the division and likely the 2 seed. So they could lose this game and not really drop a spot. Give me the Giants.
All right. And Tyler,
and one quick off-topic question. Kurt, where are you at right now? Florida?
No, I'm at my parents, West Virginia.
Oh, you're in West Virginia?
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be in Washington there, Kurt.
Huh?
What's the temperature there?
Oh, so walked up this morning. It was -18. Felt like -18. 0 degrees. Felt like -18.
Hey, Mr. California, did you just turn your camera off? What's it like 70 degrees there?
Bro, it's like 40. Like I'm freezing.
Oh, it's 40. God. It's 40 degrees.
It's terrible, dude. My hands are cold at work.
It's -4 here. I tried to drive my car this morning. You know how the temperature gauge goes up to halfway about every time we're driving? It was going down. That's how cold it was while I was driving.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's a rough times out here, Tyler. But in my defense, I don't have like any mittens. Like all my clothes are thin material. Like we don't buy thick stuff out here. So
where are you at, Tyler? You're in the Midwest?
I'm in Pittsburgh.
No, he's close to you right now. You guys could like meet up. Isn't that really close to West Virginia?
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's like an hour. It all depends on what part of. It all depends on what part of West Virginia he's in. Like Morgantown, I'm like an hour and 15 minutes out of.
Yeah, so when I drive home up to like the DC area, that'd actually be a decent idea. Catch a game and then just drive back. It only adds like an hour.
Maybe I'll snag Kurt on the way to the Big T March Madness party this time. We'll show up together. I'll pick him up on.
No, seriously though, I'll drive to Morgantown, do a parking ride, and that would save me a trip. That would actually be very nice. Thank you.
And maybe we'll try that out.
All right. Tyler, Kurt and I agreed on the Browns. I've joined the bandwagon, but I'll be honest, I'm not too big on the Browns. I'm just down on the Saints outdoors, right? We just talked about how cold it is and how, like, if I went to, like, play sports against Kurt right now outside, like, I've been living out in this nice weather. I'm not going to be able to adapt. I don't think the Saints are either, and historically they've shown that they're a terrible team on the road, on the grass. This team is fast, built for that. And I also wonder how much the injuries have affected this team here. We both like the Browns. What are your thoughts? Do you have any props?
Give me the under here. I don't care what the number is. I don't care how low it is.
It's 32.5, bro.
Don't care.
Chris Olave's out too.
30-mile-an-hour wind spread, and it's going to be like 2 degrees there.
Oh, this is so
Give
bad.
me the under. This is going to look like Baltimore, Cleveland.
What's it going to close at? It's 32.5. Should I bet it right now?
I think it stays right around there. I don't think it goes much lower. It's bad when the Deshaun Watson prop's listed at 140 some yards on his passing yards.
Ooh.
That's when the weather's really bad. So give me that. That's all I got in that game. I ain't touching no props unless they're unders. Give me the unders on everything.
All right.
I saw a question in chat. I've actually never eaten at Hillbilly Hot Dogs. We got one of the famous hot dog places like 15 minutes from my parents' house. It's like been on all the like those little shows you see on like TLC, whatever the hell those shows that Food Network is.
Yeah.
I've never had it.
You've seen it on TLC on 1,000-Pound Life, maybe.
But yeah, I've never eaten there, but it's famous as hell, and it's actually 15 minutes away, so maybe I should give it a try. I don't need.
I love that Kurt's eating healthy, not eating hot dogs. I love to see it.
they're so bad. Like they're legit just mush. Like God knows what's in a hot dog, man.
Tyler could smash 10 hot dogs and not even gain a pound. I'm over here.
Hot dogs, really.
I'm over here.
I'm not a big glizzy guy.
Glizzy.
Wow, dude! Did you see who's gracing our chat right now?
Oh, the legend.
The college basketball.
Up, Steve? Excellent. Yeah, if you guys want the winners in college basketball, look no further than Steve Boyden. Steve also giving us excellent insight when it comes time for the NBA draft, right? He told me, hey, be excited about Keegan Murray.
We'll definitely have to keep that show going, get Steve on for the NBA draft show, get our guy Gavin on.
Yeah.
Benny Mac, too. He loved Benny Mac coming out of the draft. Nailed it.
Oh, yeah, I know. He might even end up being better than Murray, but
he's going to be. Those guys are going to be key this year too, because all the talks on the two. One guy coming out of France, the other guy's in the G League. These college guys are going overlooked. There's got to be some talent coming out of there.
I can't wait. So we'll be bringing Stevie back, but if you guys want those winners, he says is Keegan doing well? Not really. I mean,
what do you mean? The other night he went off. He had like 5 threes, didn't he?
I'm just saying, like, we all thought in Sacramento, like me and my friends were all betting him rookie of the year, right? We thought he was just going to absolutely crush, a little older coming in. But
like
the team's winning, so that's all that matters to us.
It's a usage thing. Like, he's not being asked to take on that much usage.
Yeah. And he hasn't shot that well either. His shooting percentage isn't that high. But it's early in the season, and he's a rookie. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions, who are -3, but it's plus 107, so really -2.5. In Carolina, taking on the Panthers, total of 43.5. This is a tough one for me, Kurt. I lead towards the favorite, but I don't want to bet it because this Panthers team has really been tough to handle. Now, I know they fell to the Steelers last week, and the Lions are on a roll, right? I think they won 6 of their last 7 games, and their offense has now moved in the top 5 on EPA, so the Lions are on a roll, but this is outdoors. We just talked about dome teams going outdoors. There's no way I'm taking the Panthers. To me, it's Lions or pass, but right now I'm going to pass. What are your thoughts, Kurt?
I am too. It feels gross. Hopefully Tyler can give you all something on this because I had the exact same take as you. Actually, I don't know. I feel like it's so trappy and it shouldn't happen. Maybe I'd kind of lean in Carolina plus money for the 2.5.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Why couldn't beat a Mitch-led team last week and Pittsburgh can barely move the ball on offense. They were able to run for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What do you think this Detroit offense is going to do? They have Carolina has 1 corner and 1 edge rusher.
What's the weather like there? That's pretty close to where you guys
It's
are.
gotta be
right?
chilly.
I don't know East Coast geography.
I have the website with the weather.
You guys have like 13 states.
This
like the
this
size
one
of ours.
actually isn't. It's just cold. It's 21 degrees. It's clear, and there's 10-mile-an-hour winds.
Goff traditionally hasn't done well in cold weather, though.
Yeah,
I thought last week though.
I thought that too, and he's 4-0 on the road this year, spread ATS and straight up. So I think those are slowly starting to disappear. So give me the Lions here. They're rolling. I don't trust the Sam Darnold led team. If the Lions dud here and lose the game, they can have my money. I think they win this game pretty easily.
I'm going back. I feel like I'm rooting so hard for the Lions to make the playoffs. So just for rooting interest, put a gun in my head. I'm taking the Lions.
Kurt, any interest in DFS? This Lions offense has been explosive.
Man, we thought Swift was going to be like getting the nice usage home for the stretch run, but went back to like basically normal, which was kind of concerning because I was light on last week, but I was kind of wanting to see him get unleashed down the stretch. Didn't happen. Jameson Williams' snap count was up a little bit, but nothing crazy. I don't know. I'm not really seeing much here. Maybe a last piece option, like some of this, like a St. Brown. Obviously, you can never go wrong with him.
Yeah.
But nothing sticks out too much. Maybe Foreman or Hubbard, you can go that game. One or the other, probably fall in the end zone. But then you got this freaking guy that's been like checking in and getting goal line carries. What's the dude? Blackshear. Like, it's just for those reasons, I'm just not really high on this game.
All right, Kurt, let's talk about
what about a Detroit Lions defense here, Kurt? Sam Darnold has been known to just shit the bed.
3,500 though. I just don't know.
Decent first 2 games. The game against the Steelers, he started to show some cracks. I think he just opens the floodgates right here. The Lions defense gets on the board with a touchdown. Hutchinson's all over them. I could see their defense being great in this spot.
If I'm paying up though, like I don't know, man. Titans at home for only $100 more. They're on a 4-game losing streak. Like something's got to give. Browns against New Orleans only $300 more. But I get what you're saying. And if they score, shit, they're nuking.
All right.
35's a lot though, Tyler. Right?
Oh, it is a lot, but I mean, got to get a little uncomfortable, right?
You're right. And if they score, like I said, boom, boom. They'll be lower owned. No one wants to play that uncomfortable price for a Lions D. So leverage.
Especially the Lions, who traditionally haven't been that well this year.
Exactly.
Now, I know they're playing good over the last 6 games, but we still kind of have PTSD from when them just giving up 35 points a game for the first 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals, another road favorite. It's Bengals or pass here. How do you take the Patriots? Bengals are 9-1 against the spread over their last 10. They just keep winning. They just keep covering. They're on a roll. They make the best second half adjustments. And I mean, we can argue how that Patriots loss is going to affect them. Regardless of what happened last week, I just don't understand how the Patriots are going to keep up. It just feels to me like if the Bengals put up 21, they win the game, and they're going to put up 21. So I like the Bengals here. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to side with New England here. They're in a do or die moment. They're in a do or die moment. You lose this game, you're out.
They were in a do or die moment last week, and they're throwing the ball around like it was Thanksgiving Day, and we're all just out there like getting drunk playing football before we go eat.
Outside of the one guy that decided he was throwing it back to the quarterback, nobody else on that play knew that they were doing a lateral. So it's kind of all Myers' fault in that aspect. You got to think that they're going to come out.
Who's less popular in his locker room, Tyler? Zach Wilson or Jacoby Myers?
After last night, Zach Wilson. Because everyone was trying to just be like, this kid's finally going to do good. And I could have threw for more first downs last night in that game. That kid
he's terrible.
I did a DFS lineup last night with him. I scored 30 points.
They should do like one thing.
I was at the bottom.
Game she plays where the last place person gets some money.
I don't want some money last night.
They should give a last place prize.
Yeah, I think New England here, if they want that wild card spot, they have to fight right here and put up a good game. Belichick's known to scheme well against certain teams. It might not be the Bengals here with a ton of weapons, but they do get pressure on the quarterback a lot. Could they get to Burrow and just make his life hell here? Yes. I think they very well could. He throws an interception. They're in the game. The Bengals, I'm still going to stand on this. They are not winning out. They're losing another game before they get to the playoffs.
Yeah, probably against Buffalo next week.
I think it's this week. I thought it was last week. They went down 17-0 and Tampa Bay decided they were going to pull out a gun and shoot themselves in the foot. So give me New England here. I think they win the game outright at home against Cincy, who no one's going to bet against.
I mean, I can understand your logic there. I just don't see how. I mean, we talk about Zach Wilson sucks. It's almost like I said Hackett's, taking all the attention off Josh McDaniels being terrible. Zach Wilson's taking all this attention off the fact that Mac Wilson's not really that good too, and it's not the guy that you want to build
He could
around.
at least throw the ball.
Yeah,
I think I'm not a big Mac Jones guy.
No, I mean he's 10 times better, but I'm still saying.
I think if you took Matt Patricia out of his way and actually had somebody that knew how to design plays, I think he'd look a lot better.
That's fair. Kurt, what do you think of Mac Jones? What do you think of this Patriots offense? What do you think of Tyler's pick?
Yeah, so I'm fully on board. I'm at my parents' house for that Sunday game, and I'm a Bucs fan, so I watched.
That's a Saturday game, though. These are all Saturdays.
No, I'm saying last Sunday.
Oh, okay.
All I could watch was the Bengals-Bucs at 4 o'clock. I couldn't watch Red Zone or nothing else. I watched every single minute of that game. The Bengals, I mean, they were gift wrapped. Like, their touchdowns, they were starting in the inside our own 40 every single time they've got the ball, basically. That was not an earned win at all. And now they're going at the pitch. Don't know what the weather looks like. I mean, it probably affects both teams evenly, but Patriots at home after that sick of a loss, you got to think they're going to be over-prepared for this game. Bengals offense did not impress me last week besides the fact that they started inside our own 40-yard line every single time. Besides that, our defense was all over their ass. So I'm with Tyler. I think if the Bengals win here, they're going to steal one, and it's going to be by a field goal. And if that case, then I'll just push. But I really think Patriots definitely cover here. They might even win the game outright.
All right. I'm getting screenshots sent to me of how great I look right now with this bling on.
Your one light's burn out.
Yeah, I know. I got a discount one, hey.
Yeah, you stole it off the neighbor's fence.
They owe me after that dog.
You said, I'm tired of listening to this dog. These lights are mine now.
Bro, it's like living in a kennel around here. And it's so funny right now? I'm watching this show Snowfall, and it's made by John Singleton, who made Boys in the Hood.
I love that show.
Dude, it's badass. But one thing I noticed every time John Singleton, as a director, wants to let you know that they're in a bad neighborhood, I have subtitles on it. It always says dog barking in the distance. You notice when they're at the rich dude's house in Beverly Hills, there's no dogs barking. When they're showing the CIA guy with his wife, there's no dogs barking. But they want to let you know when you're in the hood, there's dogs barking all the time, and it's pissing me off. Anything more about the Bengals and the Patriots before we move on?
That's pretty much it for me.
All right, let's talk about. You're hearing about dogs every week. People are probably so sick of me. That's how nice my life is. My biggest problem is that
you and Big T just gotta have a show together where you just shit on dogs. He's not a dog guy either. You two could just sit there and just tear into
it. You know what? I'll give you one.
No, I love dogs. I just hate when people don't take care of them.
Oh, that
you
shit.
Buy a dog and just throw it in your backyard, and you never take it for a walk, and so of course it's gonna bark all freaking day. If you go to the nice neighborhoods, everyone has dogs, but guess what? They're not barking all day because they're with the family. They're out on walks. They've been exercising. They have these cool dog parks you can take them to, get all their energy out. I'm just against people not taking care of dogs, and that just seems to be something they don't want to pay for an alarm system, so they figure they'll just get a rot. Okay, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills, who are -8.5, taking on the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields is going to play, right?
Pretty sure, yeah.
All right. How do you think? Do you think he's got a chance to cover at home? It's another road favorite here. Tyler, what do you think?
I'm just not laying points with this Bills team. I just can't, especially when they lay this many. You just look at recent games. They're 2-4 against the spread, and the couple they've covered were lower spreads. They've covered a double-digit spread twice, so I'm not going to lay it there. I'm probably just going right back to the way we approach big spread games. Give me a Diggs touchdown and win. Give me a Singletary touchdown and win. Give me a Gabe Davis touchdown and win because he's been due for a while. And that's just the way I'm going to approach this game because you're getting a lot better prices on those. Let's see what those are at. You're getting Singletary to score a touchdown and they win at +170 and Diggs to score a touchdown and win at +180. Davis is coming in at over 2-1. I think that's a lot better of an approach than betting this game -9. They're going to score a ton of touchdowns. I don't think weather really affects a guy like Josh Allen. When you look at this weather, 5 degrees, 22-mile-an-hour winds, he's still going to be able to move that ball in those 22-mile-an-hour winds. So give me the Josh Allen-led Bills here, but I'm going to bet it through the touchdown parlay props.
All right, Tyler, always finding ways around laying these big spreads. Kurt, since the trade of Roquan Smith and who was the other guy they got rid of? Robert Quinn. Excuse me.
Yeah.
The Bears have had the worst defense in the NFL. This total is only 40.5. How do you approach this game?
I won't be betting it. The line's too big. I don't like it. I like it for some fantasy options, though. I know the total's 40.5, but I kind of like the prices on Singletary. Get back to Cook. Like you said, the Bears have been really shit against basically every aspect of an offense, but you can attack them on the run as well. It's going to be cold, windy, so I'll attack that run game just like I kind of did last week, even though I ended up coming off that because I saw the weather wasn't that bad, the wind wasn't bad, so I ended up being able to pass all over. But give me the running game here and Cook and Singletary as far as DFS goes. And then, Gabe Davis' 5K is so tempting, but he's basically just dust now. It's horrible. He gets no separation.
Isn't this the matchup, though, where he just does get the separation? Like how he did in the Steeler game. It's like, oh, there he goes, 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it should be, but I'm going to really stick to the running backs here and hammer those home. I want to have one of those guys in my lineup. That's all I really got for this one. Maybe what's Komet's price at for some? Don't love that. Yeah, just the running backs.
All right. What do you think of this? I don't like teasing road favorites, and in fact, I've seen studies that show about like Wong that the road favorites cash the least amount of the 4 ways you can go. But Clyde says he wants to tease it down with the Niners. What do you think, Tyler?
I mean, I don't hate it. What do you knock them down to? You knock them down to 2, and then
the Niners are basically pick.
I mean, I don't hate it, but again, just like you said, road favorites. You get them down, all of a sudden this game's a lot tighter than you think, and then Chicago somehow wins.
Do the Bills need this game?
Yes. Okay. Because if they lose and Kansas City wins and the Bengals win, that race for the 1 seed is very tight now. So
okay. All right. Anything else on the Bills and the Bears, guys?
Nope, that's it for me.
Let's talk about the Texans, who are +3 against the Titans. These totals are wonderful. Total's 35, Tyler. Total's 35. How does Derrick Henry not go off? I know this Titans team is completely injured, but they just run all over the Texans every single time they play.
And they're playing 1950s football on Saturday.
And isn't that better to have a guy like Malik Willis, who's basically just a running back? We're not going to throw the ball anyways. I like the Titans here, and it's a home favorite, not a road favorite. Thank God. What are your thoughts, Tyler?
Yeah, give me the Titans, and I'm approaching this game similar to how I'm approaching the other one spread. Derrick Henry touchdown and win is +135. Screw laying the 7 points here just because Houston.
No, it's only -3.
Oh, they knocked it down to -3?
Yeah, because Tannehill's out.
I still don't think I'm laying the -3 here. I'm just going through Derrick Henry because if they win the game, it's on his back. It's not going to be Malik Willis winning this game. If he does, so be it. Henry's got to get in that end zone if they win it. +135 for them to win and him score. I'm coming at it that way.
Kurt, Malik Willis is an exciting prospect, and the way that he plays seems to fit well in this AFC North division, right? We've seen the Bengals' success with Lamar Jackson. Malik Willis has that similar exciting potential when he tucks the ball and carries it in the running game. I like the Titans here. Do you think I'm overlooking his obvious flaws as a passer?
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to matter because the Texans are dead last in rushing defense, and all Malik Willis does is help that Titans run game. And no one on the Texans, like defensive line, especially the defensive end spot, really kind of like reminds me of someone who's very disciplined. So I think the read option is going to be absolutely hammered home here. And I think both those guys kind of get off the rushing props. I'm going to go right. I'm 0 for 1 or 0 for 2 on this, but I'm going Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns, Titans to win.
All right.
I went fucking Malik Willis to get a rushing touchdown too. Let's get weird.
How much is that? That's got to be like +300.
I think that kind of backs you up too, because when he poaches one from Henry, now you win that bet instead of getting the 2 touchdowns.
Baby. We're scoring 4 touchdowns here, and 3 of them will be rushing.
Oh, cool. So I can put that Titans bet in right now, then, right?
Are you on FanDuel? I'm on DK. Can you put it in, Tyler?
I'm on Bookmaker.
What am I putting in? The 2 touchdowns for Henry in the win?
But you can't add Malik Willis to score, can you?
I think you can.
Right.
Can you do that,
right, I can.
Oh, baby.
What do you got?
It's good.
That's got to be over +1,000.
It's 23-1.
Let's go. Talk
on
about
FanDuel, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hitting that. I'm hitting that when I get off here because I'm signing the DK.
All right, let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks, who are +10 now in Kansas City, taking on the Chiefs. I don't know, man. Chiefs never cover. They're 2-7-1 against the spread over their last 10. Mahomes always gets it done. Doesn't seem to cover. We saw it last week against the Texans. Where, hey, all they really care about is winning. All they really care about is the playoffs. They don't know that great teams cover, right? No one's ever told them that. So maybe someone living in Kansas City can go ahead and let those guys know that, hey, great teams cover. You guys want to be great? Let's start covering some spreads here. To me, it's Seahawks or pass, but the Seahawks, boy, that was such a great story. And if it was an 8-week season, it would have been a great story. But unfortunately, it's now 17 weeks. And, Geno Smith couldn't just keep it going. I wonder how much the loss of Kenneth Walker really had to do with Geno Smith not looking as good, because he was such a dynamic part of that offense. Now this team is also missing Tyler Lockett. So I can understand why they're laying 10. But Pete Carroll's the guy that always gets his guys ready to go. To me, this is dog or pass. Tyler, what do you think?
Give me the Chiefs here. But I'm just like we approached the last couple games. I'm coming at it through the touchdown money line parlays. Everyone's going to chase this McKinnon 2 games in a row where he's looked great. Seattle can't stop the run whatsoever. I think he runs a few in here. They also just funnel everything to the middle of the field. What's that usually mean? It means the tight ends are going to have a big game. Kelsey hasn't scored in a few weeks, and when he does score, he usually doesn't score once. He scores twice or 3 times, maybe even 4 times. Give me the 2+ touchdowns. Give me the 3+ touchdowns. Give me the touchdown and win on him. Give me the touchdown and win on Pacheco, his anytime. And then give me Juju's touchdown and win, because he's gotten targeted a lot. And in a spot like this, there's not many good corners on Seattle. Mahomes might find him in open space and get him a touchdown also. So that's going to be my play here.
All right. Do you agree with Tyler, Kurt? Are you looking for some McWinners here with McKinnon?
I got a guest picker here. My sister's here. Gino's number 1 fan. She's gonna give her a pick for this game.
Y'all, it's Seattle. I don't even want you to sweat it, okay? We think about the Kansas City and how many blowouts they had. It's not a lot, and it's against sorry-ass teams, okay? Walker's back at running back, and Geno Smith is the comeback kid, baby. Let's go.
How could you argue with that? Kurt, always bringing it. I appreciate it. We got to have guest pickers more often. That was fantastic. Well
Gino's
done.
number 1 fan, man.
She's welcome to come talk touchdowns with us anytime.
That
was great. I love it.
She's the one who texted me and said Kenneth Walker's back. And I was like, oh, okay. Sweet. So I didn't even know that until I just got the text, and I went and saw that Pete said he's in line to play. I mean, that's got to help the passing game a little bit. Lock it out is not great, but you still got DK on the outside. You still got the tight ends in play. You got like 50 of them tight ends, and they can do their thing. Kenneth Walker against this rushing defense is going to open up a lot. I think I'm actually going to go with 10-point dog, but I like dogs, so.
Yeah, this is, we've taken, we're talking about, we liked a lot of favorites here. This is probably my favorite dog that we've talked about so far. Give me the +10 with Seattle. Kansas City simply doesn't cover. And there's no motivation to, right? I mean,
if you see the teams they've blown out, like it was the Cardinals week 1, that's probably the blowout. I will give them that. The Bucks, they cover 10. Okay, the Bucks can't move the ball. I mean, they're my team, but they can't move the ball.
Yeah.
Seattle can move the ball better than us, even though we beat Seattle. And then it was the Rams. And even with Stafford or without Stafford, like that team's not moving the ball. So like they've not really covered against a dog that can actually move the ball a little bit, and one that doesn't have a guy like Kenneth Walker as well.
And Pete Carroll's going to get these guys up, even if this team might be pretty close to eliminated. Let's see if Geno can come back. But that's my favorite dog that we've talked about so far. We got the Battle of the Birds, the Atlanta Falcons +6.5, a total of 34 because they're outside in Baltimore taking on the Ravens. Tyler, the Ravens let us down last week. That's why I'm blinged out here because Baltimore was inefficiencies on offense with Tyler Huntley. What is your thoughts on the Ravens laying 6.5 to the Falcons, Tyler? Another time I like the dog.
I don't think you're going to bet Desmond Ridder.
No, but I'm just saying, like on those pick, I'm not betting it, but on the pick'em contest where you pick every single game, I'll take the Falcons.
Yeah, I think the best way to do this is just tease the Ravens down to 1.
Okay.
They win the game. Their defense is going to absolutely give Ridder hell. Ridder might be one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, the dude couldn't take Mariota's job until Mariota was on the IR. So give me Baltimore here. Dobbins over 56.5 rushing yards. His touchdown and win, and Edwards anytime touchdown.
All right. Kurt, what are your thoughts here when the Falcons take on the Ravens?
This is the battle of the car.
Which bird do you like better?
I know the Falcons were the comeback kids early in the year. It's not been the case lately. Not the comeback kids, but the kind of the
they were 6-0 against the spread, and I think they've covered one since.
Long life, and it really has. It's ended. So give me the Ravens here. I think they're actually – I wouldn't mind teasing. I think they really get off here. Do the 6.5. but I really think they win by like 10 plus. I think this is going to be Tyler Huntley's best game. Is he good to go?
Yeah, he should play. I don't think he was
so I don't know why I thought that he was a little hampered by something, but I think he's
because he was injured. He was on the injury report going into the Browns game last week, so it makes sense.
So yeah, he looks fine to me.
Tyler, was that concussion protocol that Huntley was in? I mean, there's no way he's missing this week, right?
No, he'll be here. He beat concussion protocol to get back into the Browns.
Yeah, and so it's not like a leg injury or an arm injury that he's doing, right?
After being off the Ravens last week and just absolutely hammering you guys with Christmas, I'm actually going to turn the tide. I love this Ravens pick. I love it. I feel like people are going to be like, I'm not going to hang 7 with Tyler Huntley. I love it. All
right. He is against the Falcons here.
Kurt, you're getting challenged in the chat by our guy Clyde.
Oh, no.
So the head-to-head, you versus him, and he gets a day with you.
Well, we play.
Guys, you're discouraging us from bringing more women on the show by acting this way. Okay,
she's married.
Be adults. Let's all we can see
Spreads
a woman
like quit it, Clyde.
She's married, but hey, if you're in the Nashville, Murfreesboro area, she's a doctor. She has her own practice. O'Hara Vision Center. If you want to see more of Katie.
There you go. That's good.
That's how you plug the doctors off.
Yeah, I gotta plug that promo, baby. We gotta pay the bills. I want a better Christmas present next year. I want a car.
There. All right. I like how you turn the negative into the positive there. Let's go. The Washington Commanders are plus 6.5, taking on the 49ers, total 37.5 there. The 49ers have been on an absolute roll. They even lose my favorite player, Jimmy G. He's gone. Brock Purdy's jumping in. Jimmy G truthers are in hell because Purdy looks better. He's mobile. He gets down on the bootlegs. I mean, it's unbelievable there how much in hell I am watching this guy. But, hey, he's been great so far. He's answered every challenge, including that Thursday night win over the Seahawks last week. That does mean the 49ers have extra rest. Commanders, I know they got a tough call last week, but they wouldn't have been in that situation if they would have scored more than 12 points in the first 59 minutes of the game. That's where you're seeing the limitations of Heineke. And, boy, talk about being unpopular in the locker room, right? No one likes Wentz, but you're letting that guy beat you out. It's really rough. Now they're in San Francisco taking on one of the best defenses, man. I feel bad for Heineke. I think he's getting absolutely smashed by this defensive line and this front seven. To me, it's 49ers or pass. Don't love laying the 6.5. Love it as a teaser. Total's 37. What's your thoughts, Kurt?
So I hate to kind of be hand in hand, but I'm the same thing. I'm not going to bet this game. If I'm going to do the 49ers to cover 7. And I know Washington has a great defensive line, but hey, 49ers do too. And they have the better quarterback right now. It's crazy how poised this guy looks. And I know people have said it, but it's just true. Like he just passes that test of that. He never ever looks flustered. I don't think he's been under like that much of not been down like 10 in a game or anything like that, or a huge hole to a good team. But I don't know, man. He just looks poised. He gets it. I'm happy for the guy. I liked him at Iowa State. His brother sucked at Florida State, so I'm not really I was kind of hoping he'd be our
savior. I didn't know he had a brother. There you're bringing that knowledge.
Yeah, his little brother was posted
What's
to
his brother's name?
It's not Chuba because that's the Carolina. It's I can't remember it. Brock and it's something with a C. It's not Chuba Hubbard, but it's similar to that.
All right, we'll see if we can find that. If anyone else knows, you'll get a prize. You'll get to answer this question. Nadesify asking the same question that women all around the Washington metropolitan area are asking themselves. Tyler, what are your thoughts, man? Niners, can we play it straight up, or do we just tease it and call it a day?
I mean, I'd tease it and call it a day, but how do we sit here right now and you look at this offensive rookie of the year race, and Garrett Wilson's minus 250 with an incompetent quarterback, Kenneth Walker 7-1, and Brock Purdy sitting there at 8-1, and he's going to likely win out the season.
He hasn't played enough. He can't.
But when you look at the guys in front of him and around him, Christian Watson 9-1, Robinson Jr. 25-1. Garrett Wilson might not have another 50-yard receiving game for the rest of the year. Kenneth Walker's offense is dying. I'm betting that 8-1. I think the kid's going to be the favorite after this week when he throws multiple touchdowns.
That would be crazy if he came in. And what week was that? Like week 12?
But you look at the offensive rookie of the year race, there's no one in it this year that actually grabbed the hold of it and just held it with a death grip. If he'd have showed up last year with the same setup. And it's
in season-long fantasy, I drafted so many rookies.
And he wasn't one of them, huh?
No. He wasn't. I had Breece Hall, though. That was great for like 8 weeks.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Niners here in the teaser. I like Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I also like him to run one in here at 7-1. And then McCaffrey touchdown and win, plus 105. It's nice and easy. They win the game. Throw the 6 points away. Our best player gets in the end zone.
Guys, we have a time traveler in the chat. He thinks that Fran Tarkenton is still playing.
I think I like the Packers. I like the Packers odds and everything more.
If they win the Super Bowl, he's going to have the greatest victory lap in human history.
Yeah, he's going to be able to clip us like every single week on this show. His whole life. He can do it when he's 65 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, but for real though, don't you all like the Packers future bet? I mean, if you had to bet one, Vikings future or Packers future, I like the value on the Packers one.
What, to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, if you got to bet, you got to pick one.
No, I'm just taking the Vikings. I've touched it to spread too. I see this weird path where the Vikings draw like the Giants in round 1, somehow get Tampa in round 2, and then get a Philly or a Dallas in the conference championship where they only have to win one real game to get to the Super Bowl.
I mean, but
I think Green Bay gets stomped.
130-1 or 25-1.
I think this is like talking about Westbrook trades. Like neither of them's happening, guys.
Right? Yeah, Jonathan, I'll take the 130-1 instead.
Which one do we feel more confident burning our money on?
The 130-1. That's why I mean they're both shitty, but I'll do the 130-1. Just I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe that defense finally lives up to its potential. Maybe.
I mean, they would have like the best quarterback, right? I mean,
yeah.
Who's better in the NFC right now?
49ers look so good, man. But you're right. I mean, maybe there is decent odds on taking shots on these NFC teams, you know? I'm not the futures guy that much, but like the NFC's wide open. Why not just get some value on the board?
The more I look at it, I think it's still San Fran.
It is, but like, I don't know. Is there that? I mean, they're led by Brock Purdy. Like, is it crazy to take some value on these long shots?
It's not, but I've been alive long enough to see Rex Grossman make a Super Bowl. Joe Flacco win one.
Johnson, 2002 Buccaneers.
Flacco was elite that year.
He caught lightning in a bottle in that.
Bro, his like stats for those 3 games though.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Yeah.
Manning's floating head season when he made it and won it.
Yeah, Brock Osweiler was quarterbacking that team too. It's like, yeah, I could see Purdy.
You ran on my parade, Tyler. I'm just wanting to get a 130-1 odds, and you're just shitting on me over here.
All right.
I mean, the Lions have better odds than the Packers, guys. Like, I'm sorry, but I know they're not. I don't know.
I agree with you there. I'd rather have a Packers ticket than a Lions ticket.
60-1 versus 130-1. I don't know.
The best meme I've seen about the Lions is they had the scene from Step Brothers where he was burying him. And he's like, I thought you were dead. And it's the Lions. He was like, I was faking.
That's just funny.
All right. Let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles where Jalen Hurts is not faking. This line moved all the way to 6, but people believe in Minshew mania. They've bet it back down to 4. I don't know. Maybe Hurts is getting out there. Maybe that's why that's moved. No, because it's still +4. But Minshew mania is running wild in Philadelphia. How do you think one of our favorite characters fares against the Dallas Cowboys, Kurt?
Talk about recency bias. I like how we just totally ignore the Eagles there. But I mean, yeah. So
because you can't bet them at this point, right? I mean, they're
no, you can't. Yeah. Exactly. That's why. I mean, that's what we're talking about. But let me get down here. Let me see. I like Minshew. I think he's one of the better backups in the league.
Definitely. I don't think anyone's gonna argue.
I could see them putting a bow on it here and just shocking the Cowboys. God, they're just the Cowboys.
Buddy has all the extra motivation in the world right here to just come out and win this game and sling this ball. College coach passed away. He spent all week grieving that. He was at the
my God. Rest in peace, Mike Leach, dude. That's so sad.
Light Dallas up on Saturday.
And we'll talk about that.
On it too. Myron Kidd understands that angle.
That 4.5-point spread. We talk about how weird it is. I think at minimum, I think they definitely cover here.
Yeah, give me Philly outright. I think this is. We've all talked about Dallas. Just their coaching kind of screws them in the long run. This is the game where I think they screw it all up, and I think Philly just. Minshew's good enough. He has the weapons there around him. The offensive line's good enough. Dude's throwing multiple touchdowns, and they're winning this game.
Did you know his touchdown interception ratio is like 41-12 in his career?
Yep.
But he's only 8-14 as a starter. Now he's on a bomb-ass team. He was on the Jaguars. Yeah.
Is Goddard back?
I agree with you guys. Philly
Goddard is back.
Man, what if he just peppers Goddard, dude? What's his price?
Why would he not?
I can't remember what Minshew did, like in his starts in the past, or who he targeted at Jacksonville. I'm not looking it up, but what is his price?
And I mean, the more I watch Dallas,
4,500.
It's like I don't know. It's like their defense outside of the pass rush and then Diggs kind of baiting them into interceptions. They give up a ton of yards and teams just move the ball on them. So, I mean, I'm not going to say they're overrated, but I think this Philly team can move the ball pretty easily, even with the backup quarterback in there.
Yep.
All right. Anything more on the Eagles and the Cowboys?
Nothing for me.
Tyler, our two favorite teams square off. The Raiders take on the greatest coach in NFL history, Mike Tomlin, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tomlin's going to be working here. Don't talk to him on your way into the arena when Tomlin's working. Steelers are laying 2. The Raiders, after just writing a book on embarrassing losses, handed the team an embarrassing loss of their own. Here's the thing. Derek Carr sucks in cold weather. TJ Watt is back. The Steelers seem to be playing well. To me, it's Pittsburgh or pass. Tyler, am I underestimating my favorite team? Because I came into the season with high expectations for the Raiders, and they took those, and they stomped all over them.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at this game, it's like Pittsburgh had the good win against Carolina last week. Now you look at it here, it's like, how do they guard all these guys for the Raiders? You got Waller, you got
Who's
Renfro.
all these guys?
You got Waller, Renfro, Adams,
Waller's going to drop all the passes.
I mean, he's
Matt Gaddy Hollins is a 4th option.
Yeah, Mac Hollins is out there too. Like, Derek Carr just has to be competent here, spread. But the Steelers also have a little extra added motivation. Franco Harris passed away this week. This is the Immaculate Reception game. He was supposed to get his jersey retired here, so you might get a little extra pop from them. But I think I'm still taking the Raiders here. We watch Baltimore run the ball down their throat. Jacob should do the same thing here. They'll scheme Adams into matchups where all of a sudden the linebacker's on him and he's just running away from him. So give me the Raiders.
How do you feel about the coaching mismatch, though? I mean, this is like Gary Kasparov versus an 11-year-old.
I mean, your motivational coach over there, when he gets a lead, he tends to just sit back and relax. So
he tends to blow it. He's terrible. Yeah.
I'm talking about Mike Tomlin.
Monica Lewinsky McDaniels. It's absolutely terrible.
No, the other guy spread. Wrong guy. Who? Mike Tomlin.
Tomlin doesn't blow leads like McDaniels. McDaniels has blown 4 17-point leads this year.
It's this year, but I'm saying in history, Tomlin's known to grab a lead and just go into catch-me-prevent football, and all of a sudden the Steelers are up by 2 with the game on the line, and the other team has the ball and all the momentum. So
that was rough.
I'm on the Raiders here.
That was Roethlisberger's fault. Kurt, break the tie. We're going against our favorite teams. We're probably both jaded because we've had disappointing seasons. What do you think?
Have y'all seen the narrative of Derek the game that Derek Carr has, where you get at the D line gets after him early and often, like how bad he does the rest of the game. If you get at him early, man, he just gets in a fetal position like a little baby. And if TJ Watt can get after him early and often, he won't be able to attack these one-on-one matchups that he is gifted, because they do have some playmakers.
I just want to touch on that TJ Watt thing because the name keeps coming up in this breakdown.
Every time, baby.
But he has 3 sacks on the year. I know he was
hurt. It's 4 in 7 games. He has
not done as much as he's done the last few years.
Except for he's in the backfield on every single play.
I mean,
how many pressures does he have?
I mean, I don't have that number in front of me, but I'd say Highsmith is right there with him on the other side.
Well, that's even better for the Raiders, because that means Carr's going to be out there shuffling his feet like my namesake, Fred Astaire, who nobody knows, is going to be dancing around.
I just think, man, it's like the Franco Harris. It's a night game in Pittsburgh. Like Tyler, I know it's not a battle of quarterbacks, but man, if they get after Carr early, that place is going to be rocking, even though they're shitty. It's just an all narrative based for me. Give me the Steelers. They've actually been able to run the ball a tiny bit lately. I don't know what's been going on with that offensive line. Have something improved or?
I like Freiermuth to get in the end zone here too for the Steelers. I could see Pickett hitting him in the end zone.
Oh baby. All right, that'll be my bet for this game. Then Freiermuth and Pittsburgh to win.
Yeah, I don't trust the Raiders in the cold. What'd you say the temperature was there?
The weather for that Saturday night game, 11 degrees, overcast, and 15-mile-an-hour winds. And there's going to be about 6 people in the stadium because that's Christmas Eve.
No, baby, they're going to show up for Franco.
They love the Steelers more than they love their family.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because judging by the price of tickets, there ain't going to be many people at that game.
Do it for Franco.
Yeah, I think it's going to be packed. And, dude, you talked about, imagine me going out to Pittsburgh, right? And Las Vegas is even warmer. Dude, no, I don't think the Raiders are going to win.
I don't think you understand because Heinz Field, you've never been there.
Yeah.
It's Acrisure Stadium, whatever it's called now.
It's
They have
Heinz
it They have it plugged in on those 3 rivers. That 11 degrees is going to feel like -11. And then when the wind hits,
done, dude. He grew up in Fresno State. Fresno State's
brittle.
like 110 all the time.
It's going to be bad.
Yeah. I'm on the Steelers. I hate going against my favorite team, but they win against me by hiring Josh McDaniels. Let's move to Christmas Day. The first game is the best game. The Green Bay Packers, 10 o'clock on the West Coast, 1 o'clock on the East Coast. Well, first of all, Tyler, how do you feel about the NFL going against the NBA?
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, technically it is their day. It's a Sunday, so it's like their schedule always.
But they're going to do it next year, right?
No, I don't think they'll do it next year.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they give you a Monday night game because won't Christmas be on Monday next year? So
yeah,
maybe you get one game and then everything's on Sunday. So
interesting. We'll see. That'll be interesting to see if they do that. Or are you getting YouTube TV?
I mean, don't we have to?
I don't care. I just watch Red Zone.
Yeah,
I just watch Red Zone and whatever's on the local channel.
Yeah, I'll probably just go the Red Zone route.
Yeah, and then if you get the NFL Game Pass, you can watch them all like super quick right after like it comes out.
Now
like
that might be where it's worth it too.
Like yeah, you can watch
how
the game
we do the
like
NBA games.
Yeah. So, anyways, Green Bay Packers are +4 in Miami taking on the Dolphins. Kurt, what do you think of the NFL going on Christmas Day, going against the National Basketball Association?
This week it kind of fell naturally like that, right? But like in the past, it's not really. Last year, I don't think it fell on a Sunday. They just kind of did it, right, with Christmas. I think they should. I mean, you can watch both. I mean, there's so many people have 2 TVs now, and like I don't care if you got family over. Like you have access to watch both these games. We're going to dig it out anyways. So yeah, I think they're fine to go at them because I think.
Did you just use the hard G and degen?
Degenerate?
Did you say degen it out?
Oh yeah, we're gonna dig it out. Yeah.
I haven't heard that pronunciation before. I'm gonna start where that is.
It's probably a little twang in me.
Yeah. All right. So who do you like here? The Packers +4. You just took them 130-1. They need this win.
No, I'm gonna hedge. give me the Dolphins, man. Back at home. I don't know. 4-point spread. You know what? Screw it. You're right. I'm doing that feature when we get off here. I'm gonna take the Packers to cover the spread here. That's a weird, murky number, and I don't want to. I already have one favorite with covering 4. I'm not going to do more than one. So give me the Packers here. I think the Dolphins do win, but Packers cover. And as far as I've not seen the prices yet, so I'm going to let Tyler take it over, see who he likes, and then I'll see if we got some DFS options.
Is that a 3-game slate?
Yep.
I mean,
and this is the only game that you can really
chalk, right?
Yeah, this game's going to be just absolutely chalked for good reason.
Running backs, Kurt. Running backs. That guy, Raheem Mostert, Mike McDaniel schemed the San Francisco offense that just opened up giant.
That looked, why did it take that long?
The last multiple years against them teams, it's been this Green Bay team he's destroyed. You're telling me he's not going to scheme this Miami offense to just run the ball right through him again?
Well, you make a great point right there. I've been waiting all year for them to kind of throw in that San Fran running scheme.
Here it comes.
And he's just been too lazy. He's like, I'm just going to pass. Screw it. And he's had this at his disposal the whole time.
Back pocket.
The way he designs these runs that's going to give them a lift, man. They're going to be so hard to scheme against. This Dolphins team might go on a little run if they keep running like that, but he might just get pass happy again. So who knows? But I love that. I love that take by you.
I think it's a Mostert day. I think he rips them apart on the ground, 100+ yards, maybe multiple touchdowns. He definitely gets in the box at least once. If Jeff Wilson plays, I could see him maybe getting in also. It's just the other thing too. You watched the Green Bay play last week. They played a good game. This is against the Rams. One big thing I took away from that, their offensive line couldn't keep Rodgers standing against Leonard Floyd. There's no other defensive lineman on that side of the ball that should have been able to get to him. Now you're telling me this Miami, they were going to be able to keep him upright against Miami? I don't see it. I think Miami's defense kind of gets all over him. Miami's also lost a couple games in a row. They need this
3 in a row.
Yeah, they need this win
They're all on the road,
as bad as Green Bay does. So
yeah.
I think they rebound at home in a big way. I think they smash Green Bay and put them out of the playoff picture.
Yeah, total of 50 here in this game. That kind of looks odd on this board here. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos, who are -2.5 in Los Angeles, taking on the Rams. Total of 36.5. If I'm Adam Silver, I'm like, oh yeah, you want to go against us with this game? You got to be kidding me. The two most disappointing teams in the NFL.
This one seems like they did it kind of on purpose because the best game.
No, they thought that would be an awesome game when they made the schedule.
I mean, maybe, but
no, the Rams are the defending Super Bowl champions, and we all thought the Broncos would be like 10-4 at this point.
Yeah, I guess so. But now looking at
Come on, we thought the Broncos were going to be good.
I'm just saying. Well, now looking at it, you see it matches up with the best NBA game on the slate, so it kind of works out for us.
Yeah, they thought they were going to kick their ass with Russell Wilson. Let's ride. Yeah, not so much. Adam Silver is loving this right now. What do you think here? You laying it with the Broncos? What do you think, Tyler?
I got 2 bets in this game. Murray at anytime touchdown, Denver's defense anytime touchdown. That's it. I'll be watching that basketball game.
That's fair to me. What do you think, Kurt? You going to watch the NBA or are you going to watch Russell Wilson? Let's ride.
Nah, I'm not watching this shit.
Let's move on. Tampa Bay Buccaneers -8.5 in Arizona taking on the Cardinals.
But I just want to touch on something real quick. For that 3-game slate, Kurt, because I did the show with Mango and Holden. How do you feel about Murray's pretty cheap? You pair him with the Denver defense. They play great, and you build around that. Like, you get all your guys from the first game to maybe a one-off in the late game. I think that's the 2 pieces in that game that are actually, like, doable. Murray could get you a couple touchdowns maybe, and the defense could just house Mayfield.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, Murray's been turning back the clock lately. So I like that strategy for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, in the chat, Myron Kiss says they couldn't flex it. They won't switch games on the flex. They won't switch days. They'll just switch the times. So yeah, it's too bad for us though. I guess it's good because I can just concentrate on an NBA. I don't know. Like you said, I have 2 TVs. You know what sucks? Because I still have this cold. I might not even be able to do Christmas stuff with the family. So I'm going to be sitting here like a real degen. Or would you say degen? Like a real degen, just watching sports by myself unless I get cleared up here. So, yeah, I'll be watching both of them, unfortunately. See how much this one keeps my attention. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are -8.5 in Arizona taking on the Cardinals. Total of 40. This game sucks. I'll take the dog though. I'll take the dog. Give me 8.5. Trace McSorley. What do you know about him, Kurt?
He fucking sucks.
But this is
like how bad? Like
it was Kurt's question, but I was answering it for him. The dude sucks.
Who's better, Trace McSorley or Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson.
Trace ain't that bad.
Yes.
Now this isn't his first career. He had to get his first.
Trace is like you went to the high end store. You're like, I want a white running quarterback, and Daniel Jones is on the shelf, and you're like, that one's too much money. Let me go to Aldi's and buy the fake generic version of it, and you get Trace McSorley.
Is that mom? We have Daniel Jones at home.
Yeah, it's like no, yeah, that's what it is. So there's no way I'm backing Trace McSorley in this game.
Wow. All right. Tyler's saying don't take the points here. How can we lay 8.5 with this Tampa team though, Kurt?
Yeah, no, there's no chance. Give me the Cardinals. Like we've been notorious for having these random quarterbacks like look like. I mean, we made Heineke look good when Daniel Jones was absolute trash. We made him look good. The Bucs make these like shitter guys look good. Cardinals at home. I'm not laying that much with my Bucs. We can't. I mean, it's so bad. We put together a fun first half. We were using the motion. We were using the play action, and then we just Brady starts skipping passes. We start running the halfback dive that we always do on first down. Give me the Cardinals to cover.
All right. There you have it. That is the
one thing I want to touch on that
us.
game before we get out of there. I'm not laying the 8 with them. I think the running backs kill Arizona. Lenny to score a touchdown and win plus 155, Rashad White to score a touchdown and win plus 200.
There you go. All right. I like that a lot there. Yeah, rough game. I know they're trying to take on the NBA, but Adam Silver has to be happy about going against the Buccaneers and the Cardinals with Trace McSorley. And, all right, last question. Who will have higher ratings, the NBA or the NFL, on the Broncos, Rams, and the Buccaneers, Cardinals in that time slot?
NBA.
Because I know the NFL will crush the Packers, Dolphins. Packers, Dolphins will crush the NBA at that point.
I think the NBA wins, but I don't think it's by as big as you think.
I think the NFL might still win because
that's the
it's
thing,
fantasy
people
playoffs,
still watch
DFS,
fantasy playoffs, all the DFS contests and the showdowns them days. Guys are still going to watch these games regardless of how ugly they are. And certain guys just do not watch NBA. They'll play DFS, they'll bet it. They just don't like watching the games. So I wouldn't be surprised if these ratings do match them or if they beat them. So I'm not as high on that one.
I know the Packers Dolphins. Well, I don't know, but I mean, I would put big money Packers Dolphins would win, and I wouldn't be surprised if even those terrible matchups defeat the NBA. Adam Silver, look in the mirror, shorten the season, make these games matter. Let's go. But we're not done yet. It's time for our best bets. Kurt, let's start with you. Or did you want to bring your sister back on? Is that the best bet? How are we doing this?
Man, I had a couple of them actually, but I gave out the 23-1. That's my favorite long shot, but okay. I'm going to go Ravens to cover.
23-1 just for people who are just tuning in right now.
So my favorite long shot is Derek Williams scored 2, Titans to win, and then Malik Willis to also get a rushing touchdown.
Henry.
What did I say? Yeah, Derek Henry scored 2. And then Titans to win.
Combine Derrick Henry and Jamal Williams into one.
Yeah.
Whew, I don't know how that got. But so Derrick Henry scored 2, Titans to win. Malik Willis also have a rushing touchdown. Just a straight up rushing party for the Titans there. And then my favorite is going to be Ravens to cover that 6.5 point spread. And give me Mark Andrews to fall in the end zone as well.
All right, Tyler, what do you got?
I'm going to take the CMC touchdown and San Francisco wins at plus 105. I think that's pretty free. I think he gets in the end zone one way or another. It's either a run or a pass. And I think they win that game pretty easy.
All right. Give me the best coach in the NFL.
I knew it.
I actually like the Cleveland Browns better as a bet. But come on, we're making content here. I got to go against my favorite team. I got to go head-to-head with Tyler. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers as Derek Carr once again. Oh, but we do good against the Steelers, though, huh? Remember when we beat you guys with Brad Kowski?
They always have the Steelers number.
I don't care. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to get it done. Or they're going to get it done, not us. We're going to lose again. That's my best bet. I'm going to take the Steelers -2. But I also like the Cleveland Browns at -3 a lot. So there you have it. Kurt, I hope you have a happy holiday. Do you want to give everyone some holiday wishes before we sign off?
Yeah, so big Christmas guy. You know, it made it even better. We got a dusting of snow today to wake up to. Just enjoy it, but don't be afraid to just have the little TV on in the background. You know, the family will always be there. Sports will not always be there. So make sure you do all your bets and watch all those games and just kind of make sure you have your third eye on your family.
All right, there you have it. Run pure.